Tej just turned 5 today, so it's a big day. It's hot as hell. It's like 9:30 in the morning, very hot. But let's get down to work at JS International. That's the job I got with my cousin. I used to go from Arnos Grove, take the 251 bus to Edgware. From Edgware, I take the 186 or 340 to Harrow, and then go to work. Beautiful 251. I was in a dreamland when I used to go on this bus tour or bus ride. And this is when Nila auntie used to make me my sandwich with the spread and everything, and then I started slowly learning that. On that route, I remember 2 trees near Arnos Grove, between Arnos Grove and that coffee bean place, the petrol station with the coffee. Those trees I used to call one witch and one wizard, because they just look like very classic British kind of trees. And then as you go further in that bus, just beautiful sceneries. Swamp here, then a field, old cherry tree kind of thing going on. Zigzag, go roundabout, and then 186 and 340, I don't remember much of it, but the first thing I did, get a Discman from Argos, get some nice headphones, because my ears don't get those ones which stick in, so I had to get these special ones. I always have these big ones, the hooks, or these days I use these sleep headphones, which always stay nicely. It's hook in nicely, so I like those. And yeah, so on that bus ride, few things I remember. There was this very, very beautiful girl, and there was another 2 girls, Jewish girls. When you start in the bus, they're normal, and then throughout the bus trip, they're doing all this painting, war paint, all this. By the time they come out, they're in some next level. And because of her, I learned of dog tooth pattern, because I told Nikita, this chick has a really nice jacket, and she's like, yeah, that's dog tooth or houndstooth pattern. Sam would give me the opportunity to learn Quark Express, because I knew InDesign, or PageMaker as it was called back then. And then he gave me a lot of opportunities, and like I said in my previous one, I had a chip on my shoulder, so I had some attitude because of certain behaviors or whatever it was. And him and Bijal, we used to call Bijal when she wasn't around, she's like, urgent, because everything was urgent, and if everything's urgent, nothing's urgent. So that was Bijal. And then there was Jay. Now Jay, very chatty guy, and he would talk so much, and he always 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, just. And then once, maybe it was just the 5 minutes thing. Can I just have 5 minutes? Yeah, okay. So he asked the question, he answered it for himself. There was once we went to Yates, and he was explaining, like, I didn't know he was such a party guy. So he went to a stag or something, and he put like rotten or papayas or something under the mattress of the stag's guy when he had gone to party. They snuck in his room and did that in his bed. And we would have meetings. I would design swing tickets. My first packages, I was so proud of these packages and everything. I would design 3 catalogs. Their clothing one, Hamilton Ross, golf clubs and accessories, which would be Longridge. There was one, quit, work, play, golf, something like this. I'm still very deep in my addiction to consuming adult content. I'm ashamed to say it, but that's what it was. And then I would learn about photography. There was a girl called Margetta or something. We got the white box with the lighting studios and special camera, so much easier to clean up the images and fix them up once I took the pictures. Now the characters. So when I first moved in, I moved in with the sales team and all the guys. So there was Deepak, very chill guy, very talks like this. I didn't get too close to him. I got more close to Aaron and Ross. I would get very close to Aaron. Ross would introduce me to Alexander O'Neill's music. He's like, this guy is the best. We have a cool video. Dance moves or something, and we used to fight between Heart FM and Magic FM, and Aaron would mishear the song, so he's like, I would go down with the ships, I won't put my hand there. Dido was playing, and I loved this song by Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones. That guy's voice was so smooth. I would also be tuning into Yahoo Radio, because I could download that widget, and then I would listen to that. Outside in the warehouse was Suresh, Jayesh or Jay or something, an older guy. Just Smook, Jay Smook. I'm going to have to go through the pictures to remember that guy. Lino was a cookie character. Suresh would make fun of because he was South Indian and always what, always what. But that would be when Harshad came and Deepak left. Harshad, man, that guy cracked us up so much. Especially when the bosses weren't around, the things he would get up to. And even if like the bosses could see from the camera and call us and say, look, you guys are not working, he would still do his stuff. He was a very nice guy. And once he showed me this Swaminarayan flowchart, he's like, we are the most superior to all of you. And I'm like, yeah, but explain it to me. I want to know what this flowchart of your gods and whatever it was. Aaron would also call me on the side. Like, he would call me because my cousin Saga would be into IT, so he would say, look, I'll buy you guys pizzas and beers, just help me sort out my website, help me sort out my computer, this, that. And he would be a DJ on the side. Right now he's dropping some really good music under Remy and a fella called Aaron. So there's two labels, or maybe he's merged it now. But his back then thing was Dr. Beat or DJ Beat or Dr. Beat Productions. Or I always get it wrong and he always corrects me. Crazy guy, like nice crazy. We'd have a pint at lunchtime, and once he came all hyped up in the morning, and I'm like, man, what's happening? Who else was there? Vanisha would join us. Now I don't remember if Vanisha was like an assistant secretary or sales lady. It's very cute, very like, you know, those people who either it's because of the family or something, very held back, but very curious to know about things and stuff. So let's leave it there. Then there was Rashesh. I think he was IT or something else also. So he would do a few things like 1 minute, pars 1 minute every time. And I'm like, man, always giving me your jobs. I have my own jobs. Then there was Hemil. Manjula Ben was the dragon lady, or I used to call them dragon ladies. Now I call them mother hens because I have some more respect for them. Every company I work with, there's been a mother hen who takes care of everything. She's got an eye on things, and she used to look at everyone like that. And one day Emil comes up to me, he's like, Paris, Manjula Ben thinks I'm a Robert. I was like, what? So Hemil was such a happy, lively guy, this, that, and we all had such good memories of different things. Sam, he would be into things which I would hear in on and stuff, so I would be like, oh, he's exchanging dollars. He was doing FBA, fulfilling, and it's kind of like drop shipping, but not drop shipping. So he used to do that, and he was very tuned into all these things. So I picked up some things from him. And recently I just remembered, I was like, man, he's like, oh, dollar's gone down, I need to buy some and this, that. So we used to have a kitty kind of thing. We would get a stash of hula hoops and crisps and stuff. I always loved the barbecue ones. Jayshree, the accountant, would be there also. So Jayshree, every now and then her son Nirav, there were two guys, Rahul and Nirav. Rahul would tell me about snake bites. He was the uni guy, so I was drinking snake bites and this and that. And that time I was experimenting with going to Tasha in Cockburn? No, I used to go to this dodgy area where I used to get my cornrows done. Every now and then when we finish work, we end up walking together to the buses and stuff. One of my walks with Ruchir, he switched something in my head. I told him, you don't smoke, you don't drink. He's like, yeah, I don't feel the need. Like, I don't ever want to get attached to something that I'm going to need. And it bothered me so much that it helped me a lot of times when I wanted to stop or try to stop for as long as I could. Be like, yeah, I don't want to carry all these things. Why do I have a need to go and buy something to fulfill me? So I really liked that thinking of his. He was very chill, in one of the toilets that I used to love spending time in. That's where they used to have the boxes of the golf club. That was like a big toilet, so every now and then I would get complaints that you're spending too much time in the toilets. Fridays used to be pizza day. Now, the pizza they used to get was from a place called Spice Pizza, and it was that nice rubbery, you know, the base was like chewy. I really like, and the cheese was even like just more rubber. Pepperoni, jalapeno chicken, I think it was, and a veg. So a couple of times whoever was responsible to order it forgot it, and that was my highlight. I love pizzas and I love benefits. I'm like, I'm going to take over, I'm going to order the pizza. So that guy became my friend, and every now and then he would give me an extra little something. I think it used to be garlic bread or the one extra drink of whatever drinks. For a short time Natalie joined us. We hit it off because she was French. I love all things French. And then she ended up doing drumming or something. I have to see what she's up to. I don't know if we are even friends still. And then there was this girl called Barbara. Barbara had a look I've always loved. Cheeky, short, wide. The usual, the ones I always talk about. Me like a dummy. She was also French. I told her, let's go for lunch. I've made her lunch. And then I took her to Tesco. I cooked from Iceland. I just baked 30 minutes, those crispy chicken things with some chips. put it in a tin, took her to Tesco. I'm like, here's your fork and knife, I warmed it up for you. That time, I think I had finally fully broken off with the main chick. So I hit on Barbara. I'm just like, I've never felt for someone in the way I felt for you, and this and that. And it was such a needy, creepy line that she just kept quiet. And then we walked back to thing, and she's like, yeah. I told her, do you want to hang out later and this, that? But she would hang out with Jay anyway. And while I'm at it, there was another place I went to where I was looking for shoes for my alternate lifestyle, another lifestyle in the future episodes I might talk about. And then I got this French girl's number from there, mostly to tell me when the size is in, but sending a message to Vivek saying I got this French girl's number, I'm going to message her, but I sent it to her. Man, it was such a mess up kind of thing, man. Oh yeah, and then there was Manish. Now Manish used to take whatever every morning. You're not thinking. And it was strange to experience not first-hand racism, second-hand, or whatever you call it. People being racist with their own kind in a way. It was a weird situation. But now we come to Antonetta. She was the cleaner. Another girl, my kind of style. And I'm like, I need to get this girl's attention. How am I going to do this? So every week, what I used to do when I walk from the bus to work, I'd pick up a rose, and while she's working, I'll go and put it in a pocket. I didn't know how to connect that. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Now I'm going to put one in her pocket. I'll leave a few petals under my desk so she knows where it's come from. And then one of the days, either she called in sick, or another cleaner must have called in sick or something, or we needed help with cleaning. So I'm like, let me call her, and then I called her from my number, so she had my number. I tried to connect as many things as I could in one go. And then she messaged me saying, thank you. So then we ended up dating. And you have to remember, like I've said in previous videos, the D only belonged to the main chick. I couldn't get over this. My mind's telling me no, and my body's also telling me no. When my heart was with her, like such a lovely girl, and at some point she just got frustrated with me. She loved Shah Rukh Khan, a Romanian chick, loved Shah Rukh Khan. She started dating me thinking I was into Bollywood. So she would take me to Safari Cinema. There was this one movie, Rawan had come out at that time or something, but there was another DVD she had. She had played the quiz in the DVD. She knew all the answers. She bought us tickets. She even bought us tickets to go to Temptations 2004 to see Shah Rukh Khan. I was so sleepy that I was like trying to stay awake. She was over the moon. And that night, if I just wasn't possessed, I could have moved on, but I didn't. And that's when she started getting frustrated with me. We would play tickle fights and all that, and she's like, why are you not going to the next level? And I'm like, it's like, you don't treat me like your girlfriend, so I have to move on. And while I was used to see her, I would go and stay at her house, and we would see the sister. Sister was dating a boxer, so he always had black eyes. And they're, the Eastern European burly guys, man, wearing those chunky knit sweaters and jerseys and things. And one day they were cooking a chicken in a bottle. Like the chicken was just sitting on the bottle like that. I don't know if there was beer, maybe the beer flavored it or something, I can't remember. And back to these walks, I would walk with Vanisha. Vanisha would ask me, how is it to kiss? And I'm like, you're this old and you haven't kissed yet. And she would just be like, yeah, it would be nice to. But then she would be like, no, it's okay, I need to go home. And then she'd shut off for some time. And then there was another walk with a friend of Art of Living that I ended up finding on the road there. She was splitting up from her husband because he was cheating on her. He brought her from India. How did he find her in India? I didn't even know there was this stuff happening. There was a bikini contest of Indian girls in India. That's how they chose their wife. Only other memories around Hero was going to a Taste of China with Nikki. And she would be like, yeah, it's my birthday. And when she said that, she would get cake with Fulgari sparklers. I was like, did you want cake that badly? I would try frog's leg for the first time and fell in love. I was like, wow. Like tender, tiny chicken wings with extra bones. Then we'd go to the cinema there. So when I used to go on my dates with Sejal, I used to go for cinema and desserts over there. St. George's. Oh, there was Yates. So Yates, I would meet a very cool person called Zainab, and I would connect Yates to her. And then there was Vishal, my friend from UK, Kenya, but originally from UK. I would see him there too, with his rubbish picking friend, whatever that guy's name was. That place for chili paneer, what was it called? Next to Safari Cinema. There was Safari Cinema and the bus out there. There was a guy sleeping, there's these masses on tilt. So I remember that. At the cinemas, I used to get this toffee crisp popcorn. Wow, one of the best. And talking about sweets, there was another one I used to get called Negroids. Licorice mint kind of things. And the place for the yummy chili paneer was Soconi's. After the 3-4 houses I stayed in, I wanted to move on. So I even quit my job and I said, look, during that time, they had made me part-time because they didn't have much work. So I would work with between them and Kasuku. But Kasuku I'll talk about much later. And slowly around there, that time, even a girl called Poonam would be my girlfriend who just stayed in an alley through the trees. So I'd go and see her in lunchtime. That was a lot of fun. Oh, and there was a mosque getting bigger and bigger where she stayed, which was there. So while I was consuming all this content and stuff, I used to review at least 5 albums a day. That time I was on fire because I'd download like gigs and gigs of music, listen to an album 3 times, 2-3 times, and then I'm like, okay, Whitesnake, don't like. Whoever gave me a drive of music, or if I downloaded it, wherever I got it from, I would just keep cycling through it. And I discovered such good stuff from Stevie Wonder, Sinead O'Connor. We'll go through that in the music one. So I shall catch you in the next one.